All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in right here to Tejano Time Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, another great episode for you. To everyone watching on Tejano TV, también everyone on all social media platforms, share the live, guys. Got a great show for you today. That's right. And we want to welcome the front man himself, Mr. Ben De Leon from Grupo Solido, right here to the show. We are talking about the Tejano Time Podcast. Mr. Ben De Leon, welcome right here, my brother.
Saludos, saludos.
Welcome, welcome.
Mr. De Leon.
We're
What's
happy to
going
have
on?
you,
How you
man.
guys doing?
We're doing fantastic, man. We are doing great, man. And the question is, how are you doing? I know you've been very busy.
I'm good. I'm used to it, man. Been a musician 20 plus years. Actually, I think this is like the busiest we've been. Pero I tell the guys, I said, hey, it's just what would you rather be doing? I'd rather be tired, from this than anything. So yeah,
Absolutely. Grateful.
Yes, for sure, for
exactly.
sure.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
and again, we were just talking off the live here before the show. You had a performance over at the Galveston County Fair yesterday, as a matter of fact, and you spent a couple of days in Florida también, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we were in Florida since Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We had two shows out there. We shared the stage with good friends, Turner, and Signal. And
Mhm.
then we flew into Houston, and we were at the Galveston County Fair last night. We had a really good turnout.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw videos. It was a very good turnout. Very awesome. How was the weather?
Well, his phone just went blank right now, so we're trying to find out what happened there. Yes, so hopefully we can get him back on here right quick. Not sure what happened, but might have gotten a call or whatnot. But yeah, guys, I know Amanda, you had a great weekend as well. Tony, or Antonio, should I say?
Antonio V.
Yeah. We got some snow here, though.
What?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Here all day Saturday.
Yeah, I heard
Where
about
was
that.
this?
Here we're in Lubbock,
Lubbock. Oh my goodness.
Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock, Texas. So Amanda had a great. Was it a start to the weekend on Friday, as a matter of fact, right?
Yes. Friday night we interviewed La Fiebre. We were in Pasadena at Broadway Buffalo Wings. It was a
Mhm.
really cool interview, really cool to sit down with these guys and just kind of talk, and
Yes, of course.
questions, and it was really awesome. It was really awesome to see him. Like again, I've done a TikTok with him before, and I've seen him on stage, right? But never like
Yeah.
in this type of setting. So it was kind of cool.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a great. As a matter of fact, I had an interesting weekend también. I was over in San Antonio for quinceañera and
Yeah.
small world. That was in the same. I was at the blessing prior to the
Gilbert,
to the
right?
yes. Gilbert reached out and says, "Hey, were you just at a quinceañera blessing?" And I said, "Yes." And there he goes. He's right back there, Ben. No worries,
I'm
Ben.
sorry. So if my phone rings, it kicks me out.
Well, it
Put it on Do Not
shouldn't.
Disturb.
Oh, but if you're on Messenger, probably yes.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
I already put it in airplane mode. Let's try this again because my phone does constantly ring. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that for sure, for sure. And well, let me just finish up on what I was saying right quick. And I came across again. I was at a quinceañera over the weekend, and I had a call from a message from a good friend, Mr. Gilbert Zamora, which we had here on the show not too long ago. Plays accordion there for Bobby Polido, and he says, "Were you just at a quinceañera blessing here in San Antonio?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he says, I knew it was you, but I wasn't certain. So he says, but I could have sworn I saw you. I said, yeah. So I ended up meeting up with him that night and came across and touched paths. Finally met the guy. Great.
Cool.
Him and his family as well. So that was wonderful.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, had a great weekend. Glad you guys all did as well. And we are going to get back here to the show right here on Tejano Time Podcast. Our guest tonight, man, is Mr. Ben De Leon Benjamin. Right there, Mr. Ben De Leon from
Benjamin.
Solido, man. Great things
I like to
going
pronounce it Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm joking. It's Benjamin.
So you have a lot going on right now as they've been from new music right now. I mean, there's a lot of things that are out there, but let's go back to tell us a little bit about your early days of Grupo Solido and how did that band come together? How the
Take it
band
back.
Solido come together?
Pues en el grupo somos tres amigos, tres hermanos. The core of the band is my brother Amado Garza on drums. My other brother, Marty Garza Bajo Sexto. He's no longer touring, but you know he was a big part of the band. And my
Mhm.
compadre Rolando Benavides, he sings background vocals and does percussion. My other two guys, Fernando Treviño out of Monterrey. He lives here in the Valley now. He plays bass, and then we have Mito Romeo Ramirez out of Zapata. He plays accordion.
Nice.
Wonderful. Wow.
But the core band is my brothers and Rolo. We started back in '98. I want to say back in '98.
Okay.
We
Wow.
recorded our first album 2000,
Mhm.
and Cima del Cielo came out in late 2000, early part of 2001, and we've been rocking ever since.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
remember that song right there. That one was probably
Very
what
popular
put you
song.
guys on the map when it all started there for you guys. And then after that, everything else is just history. I mean, these guys have had hits after hit after hit, so that's amazing right there. Ben De
Thank you.
Leon right here, man, from Grupo Solido. Doesn't get any better than that, man. And you know, again, I know Amanda's got some questions for you también, Tony as well. Amanda's tempting. I mean, she's like, you know, she's
Go ahead, coach. Come in.
yeah. Now go ahead, Amanda. What you got, Amanda?
Oh, I mean, you already kind of taken it back since 1998. You guys have been in the industry for a while. You've seen a lot of things. You've heard a lot of things. I think it's amazing that it's with your brothers, the three, you said the three core members, you know,
Yes.
from the bandas, which is amazing to be able to, I'm sure you're grateful to be able to work with your brothers and things like that. So Sonido sound is so iconic. You know, the music that you guys have put out. How do you find that signature blend of Tejano and Norteño?
I think it's we just growing up in the valley and being
Mm,
influenced by both sides of the border.
yeah.
You know, listening to really norteño sound uh, from Invasores, Ramon Ayala, Tigres, and then I mean, as here in the valley, pues, you know, we still have the hip hop station. Well, in ese tiempo, the top 40 station, the country
There you
stations,
go. Yeah.
uh, and we just blend it all in, and we've always walked the fine line between Tejano and Norteño. I still will a little bit more Norteño because that's what we use as instruments, the bajo
Mhm,
sexto and the acordeon. I
mhm,
mean, we have added every now and then a little bit of keyboard in some songs, but basically the core instruments are bajo sexto and accordeon, which to me that makes us norteño. But it's always been a debate, and I always laugh because when we won the Grammy in 2016, we
Hmm.
won the Grammy for best Tejano album,
Hmm.
uh, and then we won the Tejano Music Award, same album, but it was best norteño album, but it was the same album.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Well, I mean, well, they got it right, but on both sides I mean, on different sides of the board. You know what I mean?
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing, though. But
Pero somos
congratulations to you
Tejanos,
on that.
vivimos en
Oh yeah.
Texas. I actually wasn't born in Texas. I was born in California.
Hmm.
Uh, Hopefully, I don't get any backlash from that. I said, no eres Tejano. No, I was born in California because my parents used to go work out in the fields out there in La
Mhm,
Uva. I was born,
okay.
and just so happened that my parents were migrant workers for a long time, and pues yo nací allá, pero I'm Bakersfield, California, but I don't remember. I have family over there, pero no me acuerdo nada. To me, it's always been Texas.
Always been Texas, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. Wow. And my co-host down on the bottom right there, Mr. Tony V, is also from. He's actually from Lubbock, Texas. All right, so he's with the West Texas TejanoExplosion.com radio out there as well. So that's that. I know you're waiting in the wings también there, Tony. You know, if you have anything for Ben, drop it like it's hot.
Ah. But don't get crazy.
What's going on, bro? West Texas. I'm gonna be in Lubbock in Cinco de Mayo event out there.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I was fixing to comment on that. Hopefully we'll be seeing you, Esther, for that. I know I'm going to be, I think, in Big Springs for Cinco de Mayo, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, I don't have any particular question. I just kind of feed off of whatever Keith and Amanda talk about. And I got a question for you because you said you you're in between Tejano and Norteño. Sometimes, of course, you do throw in the keyboard.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
got a
ever
lot of.
do you ever feel like any of your songs in between could have been interpreted as a conjunto song?
Hey, it's funny you asked that. That's how we started out. We played puro conjunto. We
Mhm.
that's how we started out. I didn't start out singing. My barber show, he didn't start, but I started playing the bass. And my brother played the bajo, and my brother played drums. And we had an accordion player that sang, and that's what we did. Puro conjunto.
Mhm.
Um, it was until you know what, the first song I sang, and I was telling this to David O because I saw him. He played with us on Sunday. El Soñador was the first song I ever sang on stage, and I played on the bass.
Mhm.
And the IE, they just started saying, "Hey, you should sing more, you should sing more." And I just felt that I didn't have. Well, I didn't know I could sing, but I just felt that I didn't have a voice for conjunto. I don't know. I just felt that conjunto is a little
Right.
bit more. No, I can't explain it. Maybe a little bit more rough. Mine was a little bit too romantic. Um, so we started switching it out. You see my barber? Can you see him?
Yes.
Hey.
Hi. It's there. So yeah, we switched it out, and then the accordion player we had, pues he se ofendió. He was like, "Man, if I'm not gonna sing, I'm not gonna be in the band."
Mhm.
So he left us, and then we got another accordion player, and he was completely norteño, really norteño. So I mean, to make a long story short, I how we basically started. I'm a little bit older than my brothers. My brothers were in high school. I'm 10 years older than my brothers, and I was doing my thing. I was working. I mean, I still had the love for music, but I was working. They were still in high school, and my house burned down Christmas Eve of '99.
Oh wow!
Mhm.
Christmas Eve of '99, my house burned down, and I moved back to my parents. And I remember my brother telling me bien clarito, said, "Hey, carnal, no te agüites. Nosotros lo vamos a hacer en la música." And I was like, man, these guys are chavalos. Like, they don't know anything
Yeah.
about life. There's bills, o sea, está bien duro.
Right.
Yeah.
But actually, y no hay mal que por bien no venga. It was a blessing in disguise because when I moved back to my parents, that's when we started writing songs. And I mean, we were up all night, just working on music, practicing our craft. And that's when the other
Mhm.
accordion player came. And man, within less than a year, we were already at Freddie Records recording Hasta la Cima del Cielo.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just something that popped in my head because I can't recall the songs. When you guys first started, este, but I know when it first started, it's like, man, this is going to be a good conjunto band. And then before I knew it, there was keyboards, a little bit different tune. Uh, you said something about you don't think the singing was conjunto, but really it was the style of music that you guys started off with that I thought, oh, we got another conjunto band in the works.
Yeah, you know what? I like I said, it's just the influence. I'm a huge uh La Mafia fan and Mas, and I really like how they mixed it up because they could throw down with just to me it would be a conjunto song, and then just mix it up with the when back then with with horns and keyboard and all that. So I remember I recorded a La Mafia cover, and I think it was my fourth album, Sonríe una
Mhm.
vez más. And I tried. I told my recording guy, I said, "Hey, you got to try and do it exactly like meterle sabor de conjunto." And you know what? There's still, I still have a lot of stuff. I recorded a lot of stuff during COVID, and some of it is, you can argue it's conjunto. So yeah, like maybe I'll put it out there.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. You're right about that. Now, guys, if you're just joining us right here on the show, this is the very, very first time that we have an artist on the show that's actually getting a haircut. Okay. So,
You guys,
so,
I have such a crazy schedule, and like I said, we got in this morning at 6. And like I try to be, my son lives with me. My son is 13. I try to be involved as much as I can. And I took him to school this
right.
morning, and then I came back and I got some sleep, and then I went back to pick him up at 3. And I had to go to McAllen to do different things like no, and then I had to go get a haircut. And then he's like, "I'll go to your house." I said, "I appreciate that, man." Because my flight leaves. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow, and well, you can still, anybody can party in Vegas, but it's la Junta de Promotores. So
Okay.
it's
Yes.
it's
Yes.
Tuesday,
Yes.
Wednesday, Thursday. And then I don't see my barber until Friday. I play in Dallas. Saturday I play Boutique Festival in San Antonio. Have Sunday, Monday off. Then I go to Monterrey the following week. So yeah, it's hectic. So yeah, I got to squeeze in.
Absolutely. You
Everything.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
Gotta
for
get that
sure.
clean cut. Can't be going anywhere looking crazy, sir.
I got
No,
yeah. I gotta have faith.
Heck yeah.
Like you
It's
said
all good.
earlier,
It's all good.
like you said
Yes, for
earlier, you've
sure.
been jamming.
He said, "Remember, you've been jamming."
I've been
oh
jamming.
yeah.
You got to
So
keep going, right?
yeah, that's awesome right there. So hey, so what are some of the most significant moments or milestones, should I say, in the path of Grupo Solido since day one, right now that you guys have accomplished?
um, of course, day one was signing with Freddie Records, and then finally, getting a record deal. Um, and then hearing our song on the radio for the first time. I always remember that. And it was in a
Yeah.
Mexican station here across the border in Miguel Alemán, Tamaulipas, across
Okay.
the border from Roma, Texas. Yeah, I'll never forget that feeling. I mean, because we always felt, como dicen, si teníamos, they've always asked us or asked me if we were confident in our music, and I said we felt that if our music would get played in the radio, we can compete with anybody.
Yeah.
But back then it was about competing. Now it's basically you're not competing with anybody, man. You're just competing against yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, and then one very moment I can remember like it's yesterday, and I always tell the story that we took 2 years after Sima del Cielo came out to record another album. I mean, we would go and we try to record, and we just felt that whatever we were doing, it wasn't up to par.
Yeah.
And for a while there, I was like, man, vamos a hacer un one hit wonder. Uh, I couldn't. And I mean, we're so lucky in this region, from Zapata all the way to Bronzeville, there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of talent in the
Yeah.
valley. And my good friend Oscar Ivan from Duelo, um, he had just barely finished his new album,
Yeah.
and me and him have always been good friends. And he was showing me his album, and I was like, man, that you guys you're gonna blow it out of the water.
Mhm.
And then he gave me a song, and he was like, hey, I have a song for you. And I was like, and when I heard that song, I was like, that's it, that's my next hit. And sure enough, that song was Dile la Verdad. He wrote Dile la Verdad,
Yeah.
Wow.
which was our first single from the second album.
Hmm.
And me salvó because yeah, there was a time there where we were like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna follow up
How are we
hasta la
gonna?
cima del cielo? Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, and y'all did follow up with that one, and that one also you did a live piece on that one, right? A live album, I think it was something like that, or a live show that you did, and that was released as well. The song in it, which is still gets played today, as a matter of fact, guys, on some of the stations around the
Yeah.
state of Texas y también allá en Mexico. So yeah,
The
that was a great song right there. Great hit for these guys.
other moments was actually winning the Grammy for the second album también, of
Mhm.
course. That
Yeah.
was so. And uh me acuerdo que that year Ramon Ayala won his first Grammy, and
Mhm.
we were nominated against David Lee and La Mafia and these other big bands, right? And I remember like just feeling like, I don't know, maybe I guess back then, now when I'm telling the story, I guess I wasn't too confident in myself. I don't know. But I felt like we were not worthy, ¿verdad? Pero nunca se me olvida que Ramón Ayala me dijo, mijo, para el talento nunca es muy temprano ni muy tarde.
Yeah.
And he told me, so yo ya tengo veintitantos años en mi carrera, Ramón Ayala, endless hits. And that was his first Grammy. So
Yeah.
I took that to heart, and I said, tiene toda la razón este señor.
Wow.
So yeah, that was another very significant moment in our career.
Yeah, from the legendary Ramon Ayala right there. Yeah, some
Yes,
great
that's
advice.
amazing to get that type of, you know, to just have him say something like that to you and it resonate with you and you take
Yes.
it, because you guys, you have hits that are still going so hard today. So hard. Like listening to them, it's like, damn, this is a good song. This came out so many years ago, but they still go hard today. So is there any song that has the most meaning to you or resonates more with you out of all the hits that you put out or y'all put out?
There's actually two, and I'd have to go with our third album. También, we took another 2 years. You see, back early in our career, we recorded an album every other year. Now you have to do at least two albums a year. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
so we recorded we always had, how can you say, creative differences with the label, right? So we wanted, Freddie Records was always like trying to shove different songs down our throats, and me being a singer and trying to be a writer. I just wanted to record. We wanted to record our own stuff. We wanted to pick our own songs and do our own thing. Actually, a lot of bands go through that. Then and it was very hard because gracias a Dios, we get a lot of songs from really really good songwriters, all over Mexico and so we had a lot to choose from. So we could have deal with Freddie Records, and they were like, okay, do your thing, but don't record here. Go pay your own studio. Go do your own thing. So ahí vamos. We recorded their album, the third album, the Vuelve album,
Mhm.
in McAllen, Texas. And there's this one song that, as a matter of fact, I take pride because I would consider a co-writer in that song. La de Nomás Este Rey, que es una canción bien, bien norteña. And the lyrics are, it just resonates with a lot of people. I'd have to say top five songs of Solido, if not,
Okay. Wow.
number three. And that song just to me identified, or felt that que éramos norteños también, bien norteños. There's also another song in that album, La de Tal Vez, which
Right,
like
right.
which is it's una cumbia romántica, and also just defines la historia de Solido.
Nice.
Yes.
Long story short, that album got leaked before we can even. That
What?
was, yeah, during the time of like that Napster and all that stuff going on, and the piraterias. Remember, the 2000s. So we we took it up on ourselves to record an album in a different studio. Actually, it was Pro Sound here in McAllen, a very prominent studio. Uh, Mas recorded most of their albums there. Intocable recorded their first albums there. So we wanted to be part of that studio, and I'm glad we have a story. Anyways, we were driving back from I think Houston early morning, and this station in Alice, never forget, they just played No Más Este Rey, and we were like, "What the hell's going on? Like, how
Mhm.
did they get it? Like, we to this day we don't know who took it, who leaked it, and they had the whole album, and
Wow.
we had when we went to back to Freddie Records, they were like, nope, we don't want that album anymore. It's been leaked.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, o sea, that album was never. That album defines. I have to say, defines our career. Y no iba a salir. There's lots of hits in that album, like contando los segundos, vuelve, lo intento. Of course, nomás este rey, tal vez. So we go back to Freddie Records, and they're like, nope, come in the studio, record another album. So yeah, we started recording another album, but then there was lawyers and stuff involved, and eventually they did come out. Eventually, we convinced them to put the album out, and it was the rest is history, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a story for sure.
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely is. So we're going to play a quick song right quick, step in, so that way everybody can get the feel for your. Let's play the new single before we get to the video. We've got a video and we got some audio right now. So we're going to play the new track that's out, and it's entitled Tranquilo. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that song right now. This was just recently released, not too long ago as well. This is one of the new songs he's got out right now. Let's talk a little bit about that song, man. Give me the backstory on that one.
This song is it's a cover song. It's by Jose Jose. Man, I think he recorded it in the '70s, and I've always loved that song. I've always felt it's got a vibe like if you hear it, it's got kind of the same progression of Easy Like Sunday Morning by Lionel Richie or Commodores, I think that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always had love that song, like that vibe. But then I really paid attention to the lyrics, and me pegaron porque uh, that's how I was feeling at the time. Exactly, like I had gone through a divorce and I had gone through a lot. It took like 2-3 years on the. O sea, it was hard. Pero luego ya después se siente uno tranquilo. Así es la vida, pa puro para adelante. And
Mhm.
to me, that song was like therapy, man. So I had it in my pocket for a while, and then I was like, no, but let's put it out. So I'm glad to, that it's out, and we just finished a video on it, and la están aceptando bien, gracias a Dios. Es una cumbia más lenta. I think my good buddy Lucky Joe had all recorded also with when he was with Frijoles Románticos, I think, a long time ago. But that's our take on it, and I really like how it came out.
There we go. Whoever is going, if you guys enjoy the song, don't forget it's available también to stream on all digital platforms. It's out. It's available. Solido, Tranquilo is the name of the song. We'll be right back. Check it out. Let us know what you think, and keep it right here on Tejano Time Podcast. And share the live, guys. If you're watching, share the live. Everybody on Tejano TV, again, gracias. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. We'll be right back.
Me da igual lo que hables, no me puedes herir, no me importa, oh no. El amor dura un día o una eternidad, pero lo nuestro se marchó y no volverá. Tranquilo, tranquilo me voy, tranquilo tal cual como soy. Hoy me voy de tu vida, déjame que te diga que es mejor separarnos que vivir como extraños. Es mejor decir adiós. El amor dura un día o una eternidad, pero lo nuestro se marchó y no volverá. No busquemos ningún culpable, ni tampoco una solución. Nuestro amor se quedó en el aire y el viento se lo llevó. Tranquilo, tranquilo me voy, tranquilo tal cual como soy. Tranquilo, tranquilo me voy, tranquilo tal cual como soy.
There you have it, guys. That is the latest single. That's the new single, actually, right there, Tranquilo, and just recently released right there from Grupo Solido. That's right, and that is out and available on all digital platforms. So you guys go out there and make sure you add it to your playlist. It doesn't get any better than that,
Absolutely.
guys. Yes, for sure, for sure. And I'm going to send some shout outs right quick to quite a few people that are tuned into the Tejano Time page right here. We got Yolanda Gonzalez, Dalco también is watching. Mildred Rodriguez, Carlos P. Garcia, Tejano singer. That's right. Carlos P. Garcia is tuned in. We also got, let's see here, Ricardo Castellón from La Diferencia is also watching us.
Welcome,
Saludos,
What up,
welcome.
Ricardo? Saludos.
What's going on?
Yes, Mr. Gil Cervantes, Alice Morales. We got Harvey Valdez también is tuned into the show. Saludos, Harvey. Gavino Perez and Richie Sosa also tuned in. Share the live, guys, if you're tuned in from wherever you may be tuned in right now. We appreciate everybody watching the show. Ben De Leon is with us right now from Grupo Solido, the lead man, and he's getting a quick fade up right there, man. A quick haircut right quick during the show. That's the first time we've had it, and that's amazing. I know it's very busy. We appreciate you, Ben, for taking the time for one, and wanting to jump on the show, because not too many people will actually sit there and do that during the show. But we appreciate that, man. And why
Heck
we're doing
yeah.
it.
I
It's
appreciate it, man.
awesome.
Now, I wasn't gonna keep this guy waiting because he charges by the hour, so no.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ben, I was going to ask you. You said something earlier about COVID. When all that was going on, what was going through you guys' head? What were your feelings on that, and how did you guys overcome, that that bad thing that we're still experiencing it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy time for all of us. Honestly, before COVID, I mean, you gotta understand, we've been doing this. Yeah, almost 25 years. 2001.
Yeah.
Before COVID, I went through a phase donde andaba fastidiado. O sea, I kind of felt that I wasn't, we weren't in the studio enough. Me fastidiaba el camino. Just different things that basically, I wasn't appreciative of my career. So COVID comes and like kind of slaps me in the face and they take everything away, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, no, like, what am I gonna do now? And honestly, we thought, I mean, at first we thought that it was just, ya no iba a ser como antes, ya no iba a haber bailes, things like that. But I was like, there's no way, music, it's always, music has always been, siempre va a haber. People will find a way. So, we let our fears go, and we were in the studio. I was like, because how they would make us, como se dice, just stay quarantine, yeah, stay inside with family, and I was like, pues, we're all family, so yeah, we still, we had the studios for 2-3 days. We recorded a lot of music, we recorded a lot of covers, we did a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff that hasn't been released during those times, pero yeah, we went through a lot of um just fear of the unknown, como dicen,
Yeah.
pero
It was
pues,
probably,
gracias a Dios, todo se pasó.
like you said, you've been in it for over 25 years. So COVID hits. So it was probably one of those times to where, we needed a little slow down, a little break. Maybe
Get back in the studio.
That's yeah. Basically, that's how I took it too. Because after that, I was ready to go back on the road and go. Yeah, like before that, like I said, I mean, I would question a lot of things. My kids were younger, growing up, and missing some of their games and stuff. So there was some time that I would, it was hard to sacrifice, but
Yeah.
pero and balance things. So, pero no, after COVID, I was like, I was ready to do everything, and my daughter's in college now, and Miko lives with me. So yeah, it's a lot of growing up to do during that time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For
Cool.
sure, for sure. A big shout out, right quick, Amanda, before you carry on there, to Beatriz Rojas, another singer right there. She says, "Love, love, love, Solido." She's got
Hola, Beatriz.
that. Beatriz Ricardo says, "Saludos, Ben. Great song, brother."
Thank you, Ricardo. Gracias, bro. Gracias. One of my favorite singers.
Yes, he is amazing. Yes, dude is killer vocals también, and he's always got some good stuff. He went back to the basics on this latest album, so man, he's just it's another amazing project that he's got right now out there.
I hope to see him when he comes down. He's going to be here in Lubbock here pretty soon too.
También, awesome.
Yeah,
Good deal.
out
Good
at
deal.
Texas Tech. So shout out to.
So talking about gigs, yeah, or performances, Ben, you have a very, very big show that you are going to be participating in coming up. I want to say in August in Monterrey, and I want to say it's in August, right? August. Let me flash that up on the screen right quick.
It's August 23rd. There you go. Yeah.
23rd.
Nortex.
Yes, there he is, right there. So that's going to be on over there. And have you ever? Is this the very first time you've been? You've been there before, huh?
Yeah. It's the
Mhm.
second time we do
The second time.
Nortex, and
No.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Last time we were there, it was about 60,000 people. So
Wow.
it's crazy, and I love that. Like it's mostly Tejano,
Hmm.
and I just wish that all Tejanos from Texas could witness that.
Yes.
Or
Exactly.
yeah, cómo quieren la música tejana en México. O sea,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really looking forward. It's around my birthday. My birthday is August 25th.
I'm August
So,
Okay.
28th. Virgo power.
there you go, there you go.
Go Virgo.
I wanted to be a Leo because of my last name, De Leon, right? But
Ooh.
my mom couldn't wait.
That would be that would well that would be me. I'm a Leo.
There you
So
go.
I'm
Okay.
actually the 19th. Yeah, the 19th. So yeah, or some arrogant fuckers. You know what I mean? Yes, very. But hey, check this out, man. So give me the scoop, or not the scoop, Esteban, about performing there in Mexico versus performing here in the
Yes,
states.
we
You know
want
what
to
I mean?
know.
You 60,000 people over there. I mean, I wish it
That's
would
crazy.
it could get it be that way here in the states. You know what I mean? In some areas you'll get some crowds, but I don't think it's ever that damn many. 60,000 people. That's a lot. You know what I mean? So what's your take on that? Or what would you think? What would you like to see in the future?
I mean, but you gotta understand that música regional, Spanish music is mainstream in Mexico,
In
right?
Mexico.
So
Hmm.
here, us in the states, we have choices. Um, you know, we can go to a country concert, we can go to hip hop or whatever, or top 40. So, so por eso hay muchos que escoger. And I'm not saying que allá tampoco, pero like
Hmm.
lo mexicano, lo norteño, it's mainstream. So por eso va mucha más gente. Y es bien entregada because, pues, I mean, we tour a lot of Mexico too, but some of the bands that are playing, like I think Palominos, and I think Joe Lopez is playing too this year. I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
gotta check.
Elsa Garcia.
Yeah, no van seguidos para allá. So like, yeah, they'll take advantage to go see everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. That's going to be a show of shows, guys. There, man. It's going to
Mhm.
be happening over there, and it is every single time that they put this organize this
it's an
show together.
awesome. If you guys can make it, it's awesome.
Yeah, I've
I
never,
could
but
be a
I've always
stowaway.
wanted to.
Somebody take me.
A
How
lot
do
of people say, "Yo para México no voy." I was like, "No, hombre, está tranquilo, está padre, está bien padre."
you
Yeah.
Yeah, or a lot of people nomás conocen. I don't know what is it, Cancun or
Yeah.
going to.
The touristy site.
Yeah, no, but like cities like Guadalajara and Monterrey and like the really inner part, they're beautiful and they're safe and there's just a lot of stuff going on. Actually, they're having this festival. I think today was the last day, Pal Norte, which is another music festival, and you see the videos. It's huge, awesome. I think AB Quintanilla was out there last night.
Hmm.
He performed with this rapper. Like, pero yeah, it's just those music festivals are huge. Sad, you know, Coachella kind of type of music festivals.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have
Hmm.
you? I don't really remember or recall. Have you guys ever gone on a cruise and performed?
Do what? I can't hear you.
Have you
Have
gone
you?
on a cruise?
Yeah, we did last year.
Was it
We've
last?
gone. We done about 3 cruises. We did a Michael Salgado one.
I don't
It was
know.
us and Michael Salgado, I think Fito, and then we did one last year. I don't remember all the bands. I know Marcos Orozco was there, and
Oh, okay.
Farias, and it was fun. It was cool. I liked it. And it's
That
like
is,
it's like it's like it's like
it's
it's just puro músicos for
yeah.
musicians. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like it's happening more and more often now. So I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what?
exactly.
Just take it out to the water. And everybody gets their tickets and beforehand and whatnot, and plans a trip, and you have music every night out there. Great
It's a
things.
great experience. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah.
That's on my bucket list. I'd like to. I'd like to do that one time.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
There's artists out there like that.
Está padrísimo, and especially if you're a music fan because you're there and you'll see the musicians. You'll see them. At the casino, or at the by the pool and stuff. Not just at the dance. You understand? So
Yeah.
está padre.
Just
Yeah.
cruising is amazing. I can imagine being on a cruise with a bunch of artists that you listen to and that yay, sitting right next to me on the pool. We're drinking margaritas, right? That's pretty freaking
Exactly.
awesome. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I love cruising in general. And then to do it with músicos, with bands, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we have another song, Ben. We have a video we want to play right now. So before
Okay.
we got a few more minutes left, and A Rato Te Me Pasas, which is another one that did very, very well for you and charted around the state of Texas as well. And I believe on the Tejano Gold Countdown también, it did very well for you. So
Yes.
definitely. So give me some some inside scoop on that one right there. Tell me a little bit about that song.
A rato te me pasas. I recorded that one last year. I did it actually at the Duelo studio. Duelo owns that studio now, the one I was talking about, Pro Sound.
Hmm.
He records all this stuff. Esta canción es de Aaron Martinez La Pantera. He plays with La Firma. He
Okay.
a lot of great artists has recorded his songs. Karin Leon recorded, Intocable recorded songs from. So he sent me that song, and I was like, man, I really like this song, and uh, I had trouble deciding what style to record it in. We tried it in cumbia. We tried it in just different. So that's why you have a long intro on that. But but yeah, eventually, quedó en ranchera, and now I can't, unhear it, que no sea ranchera. So yeah, and I'm glad I got a lot of people, dig it, and that's basically we start off our shows with that song now because it's I can say that's part of our latest hit. So yeah, gracias a Dios, a lot of people were digging that song.
There we go. We're going to play that video for everybody out there right now. From Grupo Solido. We'll be right back here to talk a little bit more with Mr. Benjamin, and we'll get with him into some more stuff and more questions for him and upcoming shows and all that other good stuff and what he's got in the works for the future. So you guys stay close. We'll be right back.
Dime qué se siente hacerme tanto daño. Si estabas buscando que me arrepintiera, ya lo estás logrando. No fue suficiente amarte demasiado. Con tu indiferencia, mentiras y excusas me hiciste pedazos. Yo dándolo todo, pero tú ni al caso. ¿Qué hubiera pasado si lo hubieras intentado? Pero al rato se me pasa cuando vuelvo a enamorarme, cuando encuentre en otros besos lo que no supiste darme. Vas a ser un mal recuerdo hasta que aprendí a olvidarte. Pero al rato te me pasas, nada dura eternamente, poco a poco irá saliendo de este corazón paciente que aguantó mil decepciones porque no quería perderte. Pero al rato te me vas y te olvido para siempre. Amarte demasiado. Con tu indiferencia, mentiras y excusas me hiciste pedazos. Yo dándolo todo, pero tú ni al caso. ¿Qué hubiera pasado si lo hubieras intentado? Pero al rato se me pasa cuando vuelvo a enamorarme, cuando encuentre en otros besos lo que no supiste darme. Vas a ser un mal recuerdo hasta que aprendí a olvidarte. Pero al rato te me pasas, nada dura eternamente, poco a poco irá saliendo de este corazón paciente que aguantó mil decepciones porque no quería perderte. Pero al rato te me vas y te olvido para siempre.
There you go. That's it right there. That is the one of the other singles that he had released prior to Tranquilo as well, which is out. I mean, available on all digital platforms, guys. If you've never heard the song and you like it, you enjoy it, go out there and stream it. It is available. As well as Tranquilo. And Tranquilo, Ben, you said you are going to be working on a video that's going to, or you already got the video done, correct?
It's done. Yeah, that they're just doing the editing. I should get it this week.
This week?
So
Awesome.
I'll send it to you.
Great deal right there. So it's going to be out también. So be on the lookout for that. You can check it out también on YouTube, I'm sure, in the future as well. So be on the lookout for the new one, or Tranquilo as well, on video soon, right? So, Antonio.
I'm good.
Well, I can see that. Yeah.
Just going through my notes here real quick. I know I had another question for him, but now I can't even find it now.
No, you're good. Amanda's
That's all
prepared
right.
up on top right now.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I got something. So with the creative process, how do you guys come together? Your band, your group, your creative process. How do you keep your passion? Like you coming on the live right now, I thought I was the only hyper one. I'm sorry, sir. I'm like trying to keep like, oh, we're on the couch. No, we're in the kitchen. Wait a minute, we're getting a haircut. Like, what's going on here?
I'm sorry.
Hyper. Like,
Yeah, I'm always super hyper.
and
You know-
hearing your weekend, like you think you'd be crapped out, ahí sentado hablando. No, like we're getting the whole show here, y'all. We're getting the whole show here.
Actually, I was talking to the guys about it because we have our own studio. Actually, the last 4 albums were recorded in our own studio, but it's become counterproductive because, we're here at our hometown, and sometimes we have to put our phones away, but then I do it too, to where like, hey, well, let me just go to the house real quick, or let me do this and do that. And I remember when we were at the studio, and we were rolling with a song, and we were just feeling it, and you didn't even feel the time. And by the time it's already 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're doing vocals for a song that just popped up, at 8 o'clock that night before. And
Right.
it's just the magic that happens in the studio when all the guys are there. But now it's different. One, that you keep competing against yourself. I got a lot of people say, "Hey, well, why don't you just record another Cielo or not tal vez?" And it's like, it's not like that. It's
Yeah.
every song is different. Every song has its own essence, and I wish I could find another tal vez or another hasta la cima. It doesn't happen like that, and you're competing against yourself. Basically, that's what it is. Because you put a song out, and they're gonna compare it. The public is gonna compare it to your past hits, and it's hard, but I love it though. I love the challenge, and I'm always looking for good songs. I try writing myself, and I always try to partner up with other songwriters and stuff. Pero I just told the guys that I think we need to go to a different studio to finish this one album, and it's probably be in Monterrey, and we're gonna be just sequestrados in there for 2-3 days until we finish an album,
Wrap it up.
because that's basically what we got to do.
Yeah. So yeah, basically go in and finish it up. So really no time frame right now for a release date for the whole entire album, right?
I mean, I have plenty of music to put 2-3 albums out, but the more I hold on to them, the more I listen to them critically, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to put that out. I don't put that out. And actually, and a lot of people, I show some my songs, and they're like, wow, how come you haven't released that? Hace rato when you were telling me, when you were telling me about Conjunto, I recorded Miri Amigo. You remember that song from
Okay,
Hometown Boys,
yes,
Miri
from the
Amigo?
Hometown Boys. Yes.
Yeah, the Hometown. I recorded it in Norteño about 2 years ago, and whenever I show that song to the friends and family and stuff, they love it. And it's been leaked a little bit, and they're like, "You put that song out." And yeah, I think I was gonna do. Actually, my next album is gonna be the one that comes out this summer. Is gonna be the covers that I did. It's about 20 songs, all cover songs. I think I recorded Mas. What's it? Ay, qué dolor cuando se irá a acabar este mal. That's probably gonna be my next single, and then it's gonna lead off to that covers album. I'm gonna have a lot of covers there. And as far as originals music, hopefully I can get the whole album out before the end of the year. Maybe I say October, November. Pero gracias, estamos bien, gracias a Dios estamos bendecidos. I can still sing. I think I can still sing. I haven't had any
Of
issues.
course.
I'm blessed. I try to take care of my voice, and plus all the guys, we're all, you know, doing our thing, and no, queda mucho más para sólido, gracias a Dios.
Yeah. And that's going to bring me to my next question. You just touched on it, but I do have it written down.
Mande.
You just said a key word that's it seems to be a subject también here and there. Cover songs. Obviously, you're a fan of cover songs. Uh, how far back in your mind should a cover song would you redo, like this one you said tranquilo, did you say was recorded in this in
In
the
the
70s?
70s. Yeah. I mean,
So
I think there's a lot of good music out there that this is my take on covers, honestly. I think that I and this is going to be debatable, maybe even controversial, but I think that's basically, to me, the problem with current Tejano music. And I think that if you're going to do a cover song, I think you should, at the very least, try to put your own
Mm.
essence to it,
your own
like
style.
your own style. You know,
Yeah.
Claro's going to be the same tonos, and you know, it's going to have the same rhythm, pero there's plenty of ways to where you could spin it for it to sound, you know, unique or different. But when you copy it note by note, you know, it's just, and it might sound good, you know, if you record it right, and you're in tune, and you're on beat, se va a oír bien, pero it's not going to be, you know, something you could base your career on. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
See,
right.
I see a lot of new bands do that have a lot of talent, but then they just rely on cover after cover, and they don't start, you know, really making a strong base for who they are or what they can do.
Right.
So
No,
that's my take on covers. Yeah.
and I love some of the cover songs that are out there, but you just said it también. Put your own style into it. So if you've got a cumbia, all of a sudden, man, that's a bolero. And I know I heard it cumbia.
Yeah.
And that's what I like is some of you guys that are out there doing this stuff. You're putting your own style. You're not playing at the same rhythm, the same style,
Mhm.
whatever. You're
I
changing.
mean, yeah, and of course you gotta understand. I mean, you're gonna get criticized. You know, they're gonna
Yeah.
say, "No, you can't. You know, you can't copy an original, or you can't. You can't mess with something that's like a masterpiece." And that's true. You know, everybody has their own opinion y todo, pero, uh, you know, because art is art, verdad? O sea, anybody can. I mean, if it makes you dance or if it makes you sing to it, you know,
Why not?
pues,
Right.
why not? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So
Yep. Yep. We had the same conversation with Stevie D, and he summed it up, said exactly what you said right there. You know, put your
Yeah.
own stamp on it. You know, put your own, sound and approval on it. But don't change it all the way up, but change it to where it's your style. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And that's exactly what he did as well. I mean, I think he redid Kaya, but he did it as a slow song. Balada.
Yeah.
And
And it's
it's
very hard to find the balance too, and you just have to do, put it out there. As a matter of fact, like, even like, I did shows that shows, like, for example,
oh,
Oh,
he's getting a call. He's getting a call. He's
Oh
getting,
gosh darn it.
yeah, it lasted for a while, but he'll get it back on there right now. But yeah, so guys, if you were just joining us right now, we were just about to wrap things up here with Mr. Ben from Solido. So hopefully we can get him back on here to wrap things on. Bobby Castaneda is also tuned in right now as well. He says, "Hello, everyone. Good thing Benjamin didn't have a dental appointment." Yeah, we wouldn't be able to be talking to him right about now. Thank you for that, Bobby. I appreciate you watching the show, Carnal. Thank you so much. Always watching stay on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And we're going to try to get Ben back on there. I think he's gotten a call, or he's in the middle of getting a haircut too. That's actually the very first right now
All over
here
the
on the
place.
show. So, yeah, that's
you never
something
know what's going to
different.
happen on Tejano Time
The
Podcast.
Whole Time
That's
podcast,
right.
yeah. But we definitely appreciate him taking the time to actually do that there. Yeah, for sure.
there we
There we go,
go.
Ben.
That's right. I got another call and it drops me, but I'm back. I'm back.
There he is. That's cool. That's cool. No,
You
we
know,
totally
he's a
understand, man.
brand new guy right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the before and after look right there, guys. All right.
that's
Yes.
this guy here.
So Bobby Castañeda was watching on our YouTube channel. He says, "Hello everyone. Good thing Benjamin didn't have a dental appointment." Yeah, but no, that's amazing though, man. We couldn't thank you enough.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah, ooh, right. Yeah, and physical and all kinds of stuff.
Todo el pedo.
Todo el pedo. So, hey,
Yeah.
anybody got any last questions for him, Amanda? Maybe Tony? Anybody? Antonio?
No, I'm good, man. I'm glad that you still got your haircut. You were still able to do the interview. It was awesome. You know.
Thank you guys. And honestly, I'm not, this is just who I am. I'm not trying to be any disrespectful to y'all show.
No,
Aquí
we love
estoy.
it.
I'd love to be back whenever you guys want to have me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that was my only thing. Is there any messages you want to send out to your loyal Solido fans? Anything we need to know, let us know right now. Mark your calendars, y'all. Listen up.
I just want to thank everybody. Honestly, all our fans are from the old to the new. And I always get, somebody at our shows that say, "Hey, my dad is a huge fan," and I was like, Where is he?" "No, he told me to come to the show." I was like, "It happens." When you've been in the business, longer than 20 years, así pasa. Pero no, gracias de veras, ya tantos años en la música, pero to me it seems like it's like yesterday. We're still going strong, and I want to thank all our fans, all music fans in general, that keep music going, man. We've always there's always this debate of who's Tejano, who's not, or what's going on, and I mean, good music is always going to be there.
Yeah.
Siempre, there's somebody practicing right now the drums or whatever, accordion, in their garage and dreaming big, and that's what we need. Que le echen ganas, Yeah. Can you believe that 4 years ago, Grupo Frontera no existía? They're number one in the world now, and bringing us, beautiful music and putting, the Valley in Texas in the map too, wherever they go. So yeah, so there's always going to be new music. No se desesperen. There's always going to be new and old music, and we're so lucky that we have, bands still going strong like La Mafia, and even the great Selena. We have their music, and gracias a Dios aquí estamos. And honestly, I really just hate it when a lot of fans just argue back and forth and
Yeah,
on
exactly.
socials, and it's really not a debate, and it's not really not a competition. It's just whatever works for you, whatever makes you sing, whatever makes you dance, just go for it.
Go for
It's
it.
igual para todos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So, where can they follow you, your fans right now that are watching or going to watch this show later on, or that are watching on Tejano TV? Where can they follow you, Ben, on social media so they can keep up with all the dates that you have coming up, shows and whatnot?
Grupo Solido Oficial on Insta, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Grupo Solido Oficial. And then on me personal, I have the same thing. Ben de Leon Solido on Insta, Facebook, and TikTok. So
Good
very
deal.
easy. There's a couple of fake ones out there, but yeah, I'll never ask for money or pictures. So no, so those are fake.
So keep that in mind, guys out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple out there. So yeah, just report them if you come across those profiles. Definitely. Well, we couldn't thank you enough again, Ben. Appreciate you, my brother, and I will welcome you back again in the future. Of course, it's always great talking to you. It's been a couple of years. The last time I think I had you on the show was back in 2022 on the radio show. So it's been a while. So we finally got him back here on the show, here to share his music with everybody in our audience here on Tejano Time Podcast. So again, thank you, Ben, from the bottom of our hearts, man. We appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother. And we wish you the best of luck with anything you have in front of you coming forward. And mucho suerte. Good luck to you again.
Gracias, gracias, amigos. Abrazo parejo a todos ustedes. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good night. Saludos.
Igualmente.
Listo. Ahí está, bro.